Okay, so this is something I've been planning on doing. Well, I was supposed to be doing it since the start of the year, but I've been slacking off as I always do. I'm a huge slacker and have to. But okay, so the good news is that I have been trying to keep up with language learning, but I just haven't been doing this. So I'm gonna try to do daily vlog, just saying progress I've made for language learning, or I guess explain myself a bit. But I'm trying to learn. Well, I guess 6 languages right now. A seventh I have planned, but that's impossible. I know I'm gonna fail, but I'm gonna do it anyways because, well, that's just the way I am. But so the languages, if you're curious, it's uh, French, Spanish, Mandarin Chinese, Japanese, German, Swedish. Those are the ones I've started, and then there's Finnish, which I have not started yet. So for some clarification, I have studied most of these languages in the past. I took French. I took throughout years of school. It's kind of a shame that, or not good on look on me that I'm not fluent in French yet. At least I wouldn't call myself fluent, despite all those years of study and practice. But yeah, so I just got some books, for example. I was gonna show my. Oh my god. Okay, I gotta show it this way. Yeah, so it's vocabulaire progressif du français. This is the perfectionnement. But I just got this because I wanted to improve my French vocabulary, and I thought maybe this would be a good way to do it. So yeah, I don't like writing on the actual book, so I got my own notebook for languages that I write on. But yeah, la mort. There we go. Learn about death. But yeah, so I'm doing French, and the other one I'm focusing on mainly as well is Spanish. So this is another complete Spanish grammar. This one is actually kind of difficult. I was doing the German grammar one, which is a lot simpler because that one's like complete beginner. It's actually the same series as this, and it's supposed to be the same level. But Spanish, the unit one of this puts you straight in. It tells you start translating these sentences and assumes you already know a bit. While the German one is very simple. It just says do this that. It doesn't really presume you know anything, which is funny because they're both supposed to be essentially the same levels. But yeah, I haven't gotten very far in this. So again, you won't see actually any writing on this because I don't like writing in the books themselves usually. Uh, so yeah, so French and Spanish, what I'm doing with these two actually is I'm also going to try to make. Well, I've already done it a bit, but trying to make videos, me playing games in these languages. Main reason why is because I want to practice my spoken language for these, and second reason is I feel like playing more video games, and I figure it's easier to justify if I can say, "Oh, I'm doing language learning while playing the games," which I want to do with Japanese too, but my Japanese is just not good enough. And actually, I think I cut myself up. But yeah, so French I took for years. Spanish I actually took for 3 years in high school. I say Spanish is my third best language in terms of my knowledge. And then there's German. I also took 3 years, but I I would say I Mandarin Chinese. I took a few years as well, and I even studied for a little bit in China. I'd say German. My passive knowledge is probably better because of similarity to English, but for active knowledge, I could probably say more in Chinese, to be honest. At least grammatically correct. I might be able to say more stuff in German, but it would not be grammatically correct. Japanese, I took for 2 years, but I said I got to get back into that. And then Swedish, it's the first. Well, not the first language I tried to self-study. The first one I actually tried learning on my own was Portuguese, but I never got very far in that. And now I say I know almost nothing of it. But this is not the Swedish book I'm going to use. I also have complete Swedish, but this is a grammar vocabulary workbook. I have this as well. I also have a short story book, so I have actually a few textbooks for Swedish, but I just wanted to show this. I have a ton of books for Chinese, a ton. And then there's also I've got some books for Japanese as well, like grammar and nakama and genki. So I do have the main thing I don't like about a lot of Japanese workbooks though is to keep the romaji. I just think they should get rid of romaji as soon as possible. Maybe just show it for like the first lesson for hiragana and katakana. And then if you have kanji and you need to clarify the pronunciation, just use furigana. It shows like just show the hiragana for the pronunciation. Don't use romaji. I don't like it when they do that. But yeah, so I Swedish is a bit of a weird language, and it's not a weird language. Just like it's not compared to the other languages, which have tens of millions of speakers. Like I think the smallest of those would either be well, German has like what over 100 million. Japanese is over 100 million. So this is much smaller, like more like 10 million. But I figured why not learn a language like that? Finnish. I that's gonna be a lot different too, but so I find that one's gonna be interesting, but that one's gonna be difficult. I haven't started that yet. I really do gotta get into it, but I just wanted to do this introduction. It's once I now that I have this video set, it's gonna be easier for me to say what I've done because this one's just an introduction and saying which languages I'm learning, maybe that. And s obviously, some days I'm gonna do better than others. I'm gonna try to do this pretty much every day, the exception being days where if I'm sick. I don't wanna have to do anything when I'm sick. So I'm just gonna do these, and yeah, I hope this is gonna be serve as a good introduction. I may get like, this backdrop is horrible, but problem is, like, it's hard for me to show because this, mic's in the way. It's not even the mic I'm using right now, but yeah. I didn't wanna show my face. I don't like having to look at my face, so yeah. Next time for tomorrow, I guess I'll try to have a better plan, but until next time.